I am here with Jack, AFTV new bod. How's it going, bro? What do you think of the game today?
Yeah, nice way to end pre-season. Well, pre-season in America. Come back from Monaco onto the Community Shield on a high. So nice way to round it off.
So we've had the three games, the MLS All-Stars game, 5-0, the disappointing loss to Man United. But today, a 5-3 win against a decent Barca side with some good young players. What was your overall thoughts of the game?
Yeah, I think it sort of encompasses everything you could ever say about Arsenal that game. It's the mistakes at the back, the nice football at the front, and then the somewhere in between. And I think that sort of sums us up perfectly where we're at. You know, we've still got sort of the players that maybe need pushing out, that are making the mistakes, and then we've got the exciting stuff to look forward to. So,
I've got to ask you, some people have said that the second goal could have been the goalkeeper's fault. You've touched on things not being so great at the back. Do you think that was a goalkeeping error, or you just think he was unfortunate? Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm actually looking at the wall.
Oh, the wall. Okay.
Yeah, because I've seen it's taken a nick off the outside of the wall and then wrapped in, and then Ramsdale's got straight up and shouted. So I'm wondering whether, has Odegaard sort of, turned his back on it and it's clipped his shoulder and wrapped in, maybe he should have taken it a bit more. Yeah. I mean, if someone's blasting a football, like, you're never just going to stand and just firm it. But I don't know, I think it is harsh to blame Ramsdale on that one for me.
Yeah, it is a bit harsh. I guess the school of thought is behind that is that obviously there was a big significant deflection, but then maybe his positioning to start with may not have been that great. But let's talk about some positives. Who would you single out for praise in this specific game?
Trossard. I think from minute one, it almost looks like it's the banker that Martinelli starts games, but he's really pushing him now. Going into Man City in the Community Shield, I can't call who starts that left-hand side. Left foot, right foot, he can score with either. He's just so dangerous. He's good on the ball. He works hard off the ball. I think he's really settling in well, considering this is his first pre-season. I'm looking forward to see what he can do.
Absolutely. And I've got to ask you, I know you're Team Havertz. You've made that clear all along. What did you think of his performance today?
Yeah, Havertz hive. Yeah, I think he's great today. I think the role that he's been asked to play is maybe new to him, and you can see him slowly, it's starting to click. I think there's still moments where he looks a little bit lost off the ball, but he did some nice link up with Timber and Jesus in the first half, got his goal, and I think that's sort of going to be his trademark. He's playing in midfield, no one picks him up, you don't quite know where he is, and he just makes this little lurking run to the back post and pokes home. I think that's sort of what Arteta sees from him, let's get the ball to Saka, let's get the ball to Odegaard, someone that can whip the ball in or make something happen while he ghosts in at the back, and I think that's sort of the plan for him going forward.
And today it was interesting, he was paired with Timber on that left flank, and I think you were saying during the watch-along that was something that you could see in the season coming up. Just tell the people what you meant by that.
Yeah, well, I just think because Havertz maybe struggles defensively, obviously a lot more than Xhaka did. He's not got that side to his game. I think maybe having a full-back behind him that's going to tuck in and cover him a little bit more than getting around the outside of him, like the Zinchenko's and the Timbers. And then we were saying we've seen, obviously, Pep with Cancelo has taken your right-footed right back and then put him on the left, so he's a bit more comfortable coming inside. But who knows what his plans are? Honestly, with Mikel, it could be anything. We could be seeing sort of, Matt Turner playing left back next week, and no one would be overly surprised if he pulls that out of the bag.
And no Declan Rice today. We're hearing through the grapevine that there might be an injury. Are you concerned that he may not start for the season, or do you think it was purely precautionary?
Well, I've looked on Twitter and it's via Cecil. Tight calf via Cecil. So, yeah, tight calf, nothing to worry about. I think it'll be a week. He might miss Monaco, might make it, but I'm so glad that they've told him to sit out rather than going, it's a tight calf, you'll be all right. It's lessons learned, I think, from years gone by where we'd sort of push these players through and then see them gone for weeks on end. So almost glad that if there is an issue that you missed out.
And just got to ask you, overall, from what you've seen of the three games and the Nuremberg game before that, are you optimistic that we are in a good place come start of the season, which, let's face it now, is just under 3 weeks?
Yeah, results have been a mixed bag, but sort of what I've seen going forward at the back, the general consensus for me is that it's been positive. I can see what we can achieve, and if we can hit our top form and stay consistent over the course of the season, I don't see why we can't sort of match, if not better, what we did last season. Because for me, expectations are it's got to be a title fight and there has to be a trophy, be that an FA Cup, a Carabao Cup, Champions League, Premier League, hopefully. But for me, that's what's happened this season.
Okay, Jack, thank you very much, and we look forward to the start of the season.
Thank you.